We welcome you back to Bossy Field for game one of a three-game series and game one of a six-game homestand between the Mississippi Mud Monsters and the Evansville Otters. Well, today is a very special day here at the ballpark as we salute to the Negro Leagues. And we honor the history, legacy, and impact of the Negro Leagues. So we have a bunch of cool uniforms, the replica jerseys of some great teams of the Negro Leagues, as you can see there, Andy McCauley rocking the Indianapolis Clowns on the other side. It's Jay Petchy for Mississippi. So kind of see in the background, though, in the Otters dugout, everybody's rocking different uniforms today in honor of the Negro League teams and the impact that they have made on baseball history, the sacrifices they had to make, and everything that they had to go through in order to cement themselves into baseball history. We'll take you inside the broadcast booth real quick. Not quite yet. There we go. Hi, hey, how we doing? My name is Evan Patoka, and it is a beautiful day for some baseball. It's a little warm, wind's blowing left to right, but we're ready to go. We're ready to go. We got the guys behind me, LG Castillo. LG Castillo, he's been hitting the ball insanely well. Marcos Gonzalez is coming off back-to-back three-hit days. The Otters scored 18 runs in back-to-back games. In games 1 and 2 of the series against Lake Erie. Now, they didn't end up getting the sweep, but their offense has been phenomenal. They had a 6-game winning streak going into yesterday, and they were outscoring their opponents 69-20 heading into the 7-game series finale between them and Lake Erie. So their offense has been firing on all cylinders so far in the past week, and their offense is already better at home than it is on the road. So looking to get a lot of offense out of the Otters after a very good offensive performance in Avon. It is a great day out here. We'll take a look at some of the pitching matchups we'll see today as we take a look at. You can see a couple of the jerseys, the KC Monarchs over there on the left side. It is a lot of different uniforms, and the Otters are usually they're pretty good with the coloration. They're kind of all the same color, but on the other side, Mississippi's got some gray, got some blue, got some black. It's a lot of different colors over there on that side. And everybody's wearing different uniforms. Eric Elliott is the starter for today on the side of Mississippi, only in his third start of the season, and well, he has a 3 ERA so far in 3 innings. It's mostly been the walks that have been the detriment for him so far. And on the other side, Garrett Simpson, not 6-0. That's a little bit of he's pitching well. He's pitching very well. Not 6-0 well, though. He's 3-1. He has a 5.04 ERA in 30 1/3 innings. He threw 6 scoreless in his last start. It was by far his best start of the season. All 3 of his wins have come in his last 4 starts. And he's pitching really well. He's pitching very well. His last start was a week ago today against Schaumburg in a series in which the Otters ended up sweeping Schaumburg. Really bad team on the road. On the other side, Mississippi, not much better on the road. 5-16. So they're a little bit worse for wear on the road. They're coming off of a sweep at the hands of the Washington Wild Things. Both of these teams, the Otters and the Mississippi Monsters, have had a long road trip last night. Otters coming from Avon, it was about 7 hours. Got back at around 4:45 in the morning. Mississippi had a 7 o'clock game yesterday and had to come here. It's about 8 hours from Washington, Pennsylvania. So they got here even later at around 5:30, 6 a.m. this morning. So both these teams maybe playing a little tired, but also playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, rocking the uniforms today. Evansville 15-3 at home after sweeping Schaumburg. They're playing 3 here against Mississippi. Tomorrow's at 6:35 yet again with the Sunday game at 5:05. And then we play 3 weekday games against Joliet, the Slammers, for the first time this season before heading back on the road for 3 in Florence against the Alls. And we're back home to end June against the dreaded Wild Things. Wild Things are playing very well. They are first in the division. The Otters are 2.5 games back. Florence, after getting swept at Schaumburg, very good home team, ended up sweeping Florence, and they dropped to 20-16. They're now 6 games back. And Lake Erie, 11 games back. They're on a huge skid. The division was really close a few weeks ago, but all of a sudden, it's looking like a 2-man race with Florence. All it took was one sweep for them to really fall behind 6 games back after Washington's now won 8 straight games. In the West, it's Gateway, 1 game ahead of Windy City in the division, with Schaumburg 2 games back. Mississippi is 6 games back at 14-22, and Joliet is 12-23, 7.5 games back. Now we're just about to get set here for the national anthem. We'll have a special national anthem for you. I have a couple of them here today as we celebrate the salute to the Negro Leagues and Juneteenth here at Bosse Field. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, as part of tonight's Salute to the Negro League celebration, we ask that you please stand as we honor the legacy and impact of the Negro Leagues with the singing of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, sung this evening by Joanne Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it and pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, we have the singing of our national anthem this evening being performed by Zakiah Lane. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of the bursting Tonight's game balls delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
We are ready to go here in game 1 of 3 between Mississippi and Evansville. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Mississippi Mud Monsters. It's Caston Furr leading off in left field with Kyle Booker doing the DH batting second. Braylon Skinner bats third and center with AJ Fritz in the cleanup spot for the first time this season. Travis Holtz behind him at shortstop with Tevis Payne the second. Doing the catching batting sixth, Vantrell Reed at second batting seventh. And the 8 and 9 hitters, Peter Bocchino and Curran Mitzel. On the other side for the Otters, it is John Ponder, Amani Jones, Dennis Pierce, Logan Brown. Same top four as usual. Logan Brown at first today with Sam Linscott behind him in right field batting fifth. Marcos Gonzalez at third batting sixth. And the bottom three, LG Castillo in left field. Cohen Wilbanks doing the catching today, and TJ Salvaggio in his normal number 9 spot. Our starting pitcher for the Otters is Garrett Simpson. He's got a 5.04 ERA in 30 1/3 innings. 3-1 record. He has dealt a lot with hits and home runs. That's the main issue for him. But he is phenomenal at limiting the walks. Only 4 of them in 30 1/3 this season compared to 19 strikeouts. See if he throws a game like he did last week, June 12th, against the Schaumburg Boomers. 6 scoreless, 5 strikeouts, 104 pitches. He got in a little bit of a jam in the 6th inning. Max Peterson decided to trust his starter, kept him in, and it was a very good choice as he was able to get through 6 scoreless en route to the 8-1 victory over the Boomers. Just about to get started here. Everybody wearing the number 42, so good cause, but might be a little difficult to tell who is who. Caston Furr leads off, but it's also kind of cool to see all of the different jerseys, because you're never really going to see something like this again this season. First pitch is high, and it's at 6:38 Central Standard Time here in Evansville, Indiana. Caston Furr leading it off against Simpson. Here's the 1-0. Called a strike. Well, Caston Furr against the Otters in their first series went 3 for 12, scored 5 times, walked 3 times, struck out 3 times. 1-1. There's a fly ball into center field. Ponder is right there. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Well, luckily for the Otters, they're facing a lineup that does not have lefties, too many lefties, for the first time in what feels like forever. Played Schaumburg, Lake Erie before this series, and both of those teams had a massacre of lefties. Kyle Booker is one of them for Mississippi, but one of 3 only, Booker, Skinner, and Mitzel. Kyle Booker, a bit of a scary sight for the Bossy faithful, as he drove in 11 runs in the first series here back on June 2nd through the 4th. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Well, overall, Kyle Booker now hitting at a .282, 42 hits in 35 games. Fouled away, and it is 1-2.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by Hex Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
So a few players rocking the Indianapolis Clowns jersey, including Simpson, who is wearing the Clowns across the chest. So is manager Andy McCauley. He's just got a different font on the Clowns in the front. Grounder off the glove of Simpson. Gonna have to try and recover. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. Good job from Simpson reacting quickly to that one and getting out number 2 here in the first. That'll bring up Braylon Skinner. Now Skinner rocking the Baltimore Black Sox jersey. It's a cool little jersey. It says Balto, and then it has the S with the loops. The O is in one loop, the X is in another. Little inside, it's 1-1. Skinner hitting at a .320 now in his 37th game of the year. Little outside, it's 2-1. Against Washington, he ended up going 2 for 12. 2 for 4 day on the 17th. Sandwiched in between a couple of 0 for 4 days. So that's called a strike on the outside edge. Skinner didn't like the call, so he'll call his timeout. Makes it 2-2 here with 2 outs. Simpson trying to throw scoreless. 1-2-3 first inning. 2-2. Fouled it away. Looked like it hit off of one of the boards and came back onto the field. Over to Marcos Gonzalez, who's at third base. 2-2 here. Yet again from Simpson to Skinner. In the dirt. Good block from Wilbanks. Nobody's on, though. The block didn't really matter. 3-2. Defense behind Simpson. Castillo is in left. Ponders in center with Linscott in right. Third to first, Gonzalez, Salvaggio, Monty Jones, and Logan Brown with Wilbanks doing the catching. Payoff. Fouled away yet again. I don't know, a long at bat here for Skinner as putting up a solid fight here against Simpson. Another payoff. That is outside for ball 4. Walk number 21 of the season for Skinner. First base runner of the day for Mississippi.
Batting fourth at third base, 42 H.A. Fritz.
Well, A.J. Fritz is rocking the black jersey. A couple of guys rocking different colored jerseys. Guy behind him, Travis Holt's got the blue jersey on. Skinner over at first, 15 for 21 in stolen bases this season. This is a very big stolen base team. That one just misses inside for ball 1. Mississippi first in the league in stolen bases. Also first, though, in getting caught stealing. 80 for 101 this season. Grounder to short. There's Salvaggio. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. Well, walk doesn't do nothing for Mississippi. A scoreless first for Garrett Simpson. Led to the bottom of the first. No score on the Otters Digital Network.
Tonight's pitcher-catcher batter for the visiting Mississippi Monsters. Eric Elliott is on the mound. Notice paying the second behind the plate. Pitcher-catcher batter by the answer of Repair East. Find your battery to the answer of Repair East. Located at 2319 North River Road. Give the call at 124759000. Tell them St. from the Otters sent you.
First inning is brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. Oh, take a look at the defense here for Mississippi. In left field, it's Caston Furr, Braylon Skinner in center with Curran Mitzel in right. Third to first, A.J. Fritz, Travis Holt, Van Trell Reed, and Peter Bocchino with Tevis Payne II doing the catching for Eric Elliott, who is the starter for Mississippi today. Eric Elliott in his third professional game of the season and of his pro career. He threw a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. His first professional strikeout was on the 5th against Gateway, and then was a thrower of 2 innings. Didn't give up any hits. on the 13th against Joliet, but did walk 4, giving up a earned run. So early on, it's the walks that have been an issue for Elliott. Called a strike to Ponder. And Elliott rocking the Newark Eagles jersey on the mound today. Little low, and it's 1-1 to Ponder. Well, Ponder had a very good series. Went 3 for 6 in the first game against Lake Erie and one-upped himself. Went 5 for 7. Hit a 5-hit game. Thing about that, too, is drove in 4 runs, part of the 18-9 win against Lake Erie. It was overall a very solid couple of games. They scored 36 runs in 2 games. They had their season high in runs, 18, season high in hits with 25. That one will miss high and away for ball 2. It's 2-2. And Ponder raised his average to 364, even though he did go 0 for 4 in the second game of that little doubleheader yesterday. He swings and misses, though, for strike 3, and that's strikeout number 1 of the day for Elliott.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 42, Amani Jones.
Monty Jones will stand in. Monty Jones had a little bit of an opposite day to Ponder. He went 0 for 6 in that 18-9 win yesterday, and then in the second game, he drove in the only run, solo homer, broke up a no-hit bid from Edwin Sanchez as he sent one over the left field wall at forefront field for his 3rd homer of the season. Take strike 1. Fly ball into shallow right field. Reed Bocchino. It's Reed that will make the catch for out number 2.
Batting third, the designated hitter, number 42.
We'll try to point out as many jerseys as we can while we go through everything here. Monty Jones is also rocking the Newark Eagles. It was a battle of the Newark Eagles in that at bat. Elliott was wearing the Newark on the chest, and Jones was rocking the Eagles on the chest. First pitch, a called strike to Dennis Pierce. Makes it 1-1. Well, Dennis Pierce against Mississippi in their first series, 3 for 13, hit 2 doubles and a homer, drove in 3 runs, but also struck out 4 times. A little high, and it's 2-1. Well, Pierce had a 3 for 7 day in the 18-9 win. 18-2 win, he went 2 for 4. Had 3 straight 3-hit games between the last game at Schaumburg and the first 2 against the Crushers. Then went 0 for 2 in the last game of the series. Check swing did go around. And it's 2-2. Dennis Pierce is wearing the San Francisco Sea Lions jersey in the West Coast Negro League. 2-2 is high, makes it a full count. Oh, overall, 12 multi-hit games. That game where he went 3 for 7 was his first 3-hit game of the season. It took 11 multi-hit games. He finally got that 3rd hit. Fly ball into left field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Well, Dennis Pierce continuing the hit pretty well as he delivers a single first base hit of the game for either side. He's on first with 2 outs. We're talking a lot about that 2-out hitting for the Otters, and that might continue here. Logan Brown. Homestead Grays jersey. There's a lot of Homestead Grays jerseys in this game. Outside, it's 1-0. Logan Brown went 6 for 14. Pretty good against Mississippi in their last series. None of these guys have faced Eric Elliott yet. He's in his third professional game. Just got signed on March 9th, but was on the IL for a lot of it. A lot of the season. Got released and re-signed. Now is finally playing for Mississippi. That one's low. Makes it 2-1. Logan Brown had himself a 3 for 6 day in the 18-9 victory. It was his 12th multi-hit game of the season, his 4th 3-hit game. A little high, it's 3-1. So Pierce on first after getting a base hit. Here in the bottom of the first inning. First hit from either side. It's covered over there by Bocchino. 3-1. And that is low for ball 4. So Logan Brown walks, puts 2 on with 2 outs now for Sam Linscott.
Sidewalk, cafe and bar. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 42, Sam Linscott.
Oh, Linscott came in as a pinch hitter for the first game yesterday. Second game, he went 0 for 2. He went 0 for 2 in both games, but that was after a 3 for 5 in the first game of the series, the 18-2 win. First pitch here from Elliott. Fly ball into center field, and it is caught out there by Skinner. Hung up a little too much. 101 off the bat of Linscott, but right at Skinner in center field. So it does end up being a scoreless first inning for both starters, as it's 0-0 heading to the second inning on the Otters Digital Network.
Yes, our winner is Jack Kepka. Let's hear it for Jack. Leading off the Mississippi Monsters, heading fifth, the shortstop, 42, Travis Holtz.
Top of the second inning here in Evansville. First pitch to Holtz is fouled away. Travis Holt, when leading off an inning this season, is hitting .364. Not too bad. He's in the 5 spot today. Went 3 for 14 in the last series against the Otters. Ended up driving in 5 runs. So made pretty well with his at-bats and his hits in terms of driving runners in. He's rocking another Indianapolis Clowns jersey.
Choose the best. Never regret it.
Little outside, and it's 1-2. Holt playing shortstop today here for the Mud Monsters. He's in his second season with Mississippi. He's been here since the start. There's a fly ball into left center. Ponder will call off Castillo and make the catch for out number 1. I'll bring up Tevis Payne the second. Tevis Payne hit his first professional triple and his first professional home run here at Bosse Field the last time these two teams faced off. Overall went 4 for 11. Drove in 3 runs, walked 4 times. Had a pretty good series. Now he's hitting at a 304 in his 20th game of the season. So that one is called a strike on the inside edge. Oh, 1. Little outside makes it 1-1. So Simpson is wearing the Indianapolis Clowns home jersey. Clowns began as a barnstorming team, more known for their pregame entertainment than baseball skills, but they still a pretty good team in the Negro Leagues. They had a little known guy named Henry Aaron on their team. That one's right out of the reach of Salvaggio into center field. First hit of the day for Mississippi goes to Tevis Payne. Well, Payne only played in 2 games out of the 3 in Washington. He went 1 for 7. Didn't play yesterday. He might be the only guy that's fresh here for Mississippi, just because of the amount of travel that both of these teams have had to do a lot of travel in the past 24 hours. Vantrell Reed will foul one off. Reed only in his 11th game of the year. Played yesterday, though. Went 1 for 4 against the Wild Things. Hitting at a 175. He's 7 for 40 now in his 11th game. Little high. A world full of Homestead Grays jerseys. There's another one right there over at first from Logan Brown. Popped up over to Brown. Foul ground. Calls everyone off, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Or sorry, out number 2. Oh, the Homestead Grays jersey that Logan Brown is wearing is from 1935 when they played games at Pittsburgh's Forbes Field. They didn't name the team after Pittsburgh. They named the team after Homestead, Pennsylvania, which was a suburb of Pittsburgh. That one will get past Will Banks, and taking second base is Tevis Payne. Peter Bocchino in for his first at-bat of the day. Bocchino also in his 11th game, like Reed. He did play 2 games in the series against the Otters, ended up going 2 for 8. Had a 1 for 3 day on June 2nd, 1 for 5 day on June 3rd. Didn't play on the 4th in the 13-13 sudden death game. That one was against Mississippi. That was a wild one. Otters were down 10-2, ended up coming back to win. That was probably the craziest game we've had this season, and it's not necessarily close. 3-0 quickly here, though, to Bocchino. Bocchino yesterday went 3 for 4 against Washington. It was his second 3-hit game of the season as he fouls one away, swinging 3-0. His other 3-hit game besides yesterday was on May 16th against the Crushers. 3-1 here from Simpson. Check swing foul. 3-0 to 3-2 here for Simpson, as after a 17 pitch first inning, try not to match things here. He's already got 15 in inning number 2, giving up the single and the wild pitch. Sorry, it was actually called a pass ball. That'll miss for ball 4. Well, Simpson usually not really struggling on the walk so far this season. He's already walked 2, though, in 2 innings. So 2 on here with 2 outs. Mississippi trying to get the first run on the board here. Curran Mitzel, one of the newest signings for Mississippi. He's only played in 1 game. That was on the 16th against Washington. Went 0 for 3. He's yet to get his first pro hit. Foul tip into the glove of Wilbanks is called strike 1. He's wearing the jersey for the Texas Black Spiders. Very interesting one. Another barnstorming team in the Negro League. One's a little low, and it's 1-1. They had a couple of different names, the Black Spiders. They had the Mineola Black Spiders, the Fort Worth Black Spiders, the Mason City Black Bats. There's a big Texas across the chest, though, for Mitzel. Little low, it's 2-1. Mitzel is from Hillsboro, Oregon, home of the Hops, which is an affiliate of the Diamondbacks. It's a little bit west of Portland, up there. Kind of in the neck of the woods of where Nolan Thebe is from. 2-1. Fouls one off himself, and it's 2-2. Now, Simpson 1 strike away from getting out of things here in the top of the second. It's taken a decent amount of pitches to get there, though. He's up to 36 through an inning and 2/3. Good spot, though, to get his first strikeout of the day. Mitzel struck out twice in his first game of his pro career. 2-2. There's a soft roller over to third. Gonzalez scoops it up. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. Good play at third by Marcos Gonzalez. And Simpson gets out of the 2-on jam. Throws another scoreless inning as we head to the bottom of the second. No score on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game in the best seats in the house. So we say congratulations to our winner this evening, Laura Peach. Laura Peach, congratulations. You're the winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked out, Laura Peach. The best seats in the house also means you have the best views of the Heritage Video Board and our vision. Come along with all of our video board action. Be sure to visit heritagefederal.org for all of your banking needs. This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection second inning, founded in 1978. J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, and industrial service and construction company.
Second innings brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service, and construction company. Eric Elliott threw a scoreless first inning, looking here to do the same thing in the second. He gave up a hit to Dennis Pearson, a walk to Logan Brown, but was able to get out of it. Now face off against Marcos Gonzalez, LG Castillo, and Colton Wilbanks, top 3 to lead off the second inning.
Leading off, batting sixth, the third baseman, number 42,
Marcos Gonzalez, when leading off an inning, is hitting at a 292. Overall, he's coming off of back-to-back 3-hit days. Didn't play in the third game of the series against Lake Erie. He's back-to-back 3 for 5 days against the Crushers, and back-to-back games with 3 RBIs. First pitch called a strike, and it is 0-1 to Gonzalez. In the series before against Mississippi, at a 5 for 13, hit 2 homers, drove in 3 runs. It was hitting pretty well against the pitching of Mississippi. A couple lefties to start off the probables this weekend for the Mud Monsters, starting with Elliott tomorrow. Probable is going to be Tyler Campbell, who is also a new signing that the Otters haven't faced yet. But then Sunday it's Brian Williams, and we saw him in the series earlier this month. 0-2. Inside. Marcos Gonzalez is wearing the Nashville Stars home jerseys from 1951. Grounder off the glove right to Elliott. His throw to first is in time as Bocino had to figure out where the bag was, but he gets there safely to beat out Gonzalez, and that's out number 1.
Batting 7, the left fielder, number 42, LG Castillo.
LG Castillo is wearing the jersey of the New York Black Yankees. (1942) for that jersey. First pitch is fouled away. LG Castillo is having himself a week. He had 6 straight multi-hit games from June 11th to June 17th, which included 4 straight 3-hit games, which ended on the 14th against Schaumburg, and then he had a 4 for 4 day. Call that a Wendy's game. 4 for 4. First 4-hit game of the season for LG in the 18-9 win. Ended up going 0 for 3 in the third game of the series with 2 strikeouts, but overall in that 6-game streak, he was hitting at a 667, which pretty diabolical if you ask me. And his average now is over 400 at 405 and in his 23rd game. 0-2 way high and outside. Got past the leap of Tevis Payne. Castillo in the last series against Mississippi went at 3 for 8. After the 6 straight multi-hit games, he now has 10 on the season. 1-2 is in the dirt this time. A couple of very wild pitches for Elliott after going up 0-2 in the count. Two-two. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Castillo strikes out swinging. Second K of the day for Elliott. He's quickly set the first 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Cohen Wilbanks. He's got the ABC jersey on. The Atlanta Black Crackers are what they're called. 1940. Satchel Paige pitched in 2 games for the ABC. Wilbanks this season, 3 for 28 in his 13th game. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Against Mississippi last year, he went 3 for 13, hit a homer, drove in 4 runs. It was his only homer of the season against the Mud Monsters. In the first series, though, he ended up only going 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. His 3 hits so far have been against Windy City on May 24th, on June 10th against Lake Erie, and on June 13th against Schaumburg. 2-1. Little high, and it's ball 3. Now, Wilbanks is able to get on, though, a pretty good rate via the walk. He has 8 walks this season. Has a walk in 2 of his last 5 games. 3-1. It's called a strike. Now full count here with 2 outs against Wilbanks. Elliott trying to throw a 1-2-3 frame. Elliott's first start of his professional career after coming out of the bullpen for a couple innings in both of his first 2 professional starts or appearances. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Elliott. And he's gone through 2 scoreless with relative ease as we will head to the 3rd. No score between the Monsters and the Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Is Evansville's premier locally owned indoor baseball and softball training facility. Experience top-notch batting cages, automated pitching machines for baseball, fast pitch and slow pitch softball, personalized lessons, exciting games and clinics, unforgettable birthday parties, and a pro shop. Go with everything you need, powered by Rawlings. They're located on Missouri, right after the airport. Visit DBAS 7 days a week for all your baseball and softball needs. Say hello to Cook Air. They're in sections 17 and 18. Great to have them here at the ballpark this evening. And also, we welcome in the front extra patio deck, Thomason Capital Management. It's great to have them with us watching Evansville Otters baseball. And we'd also like to wish a happy 40th birthday to Chris. Chris Lincoln is in the house celebrating birthday number 40. Chris, have a great birthday here.
3rd innings brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Couple of scoreless frames for the 2 gentlemen on the bump. Garrett Simpson and Eric Elliott. Simpson trying to throw a scoreless 3rd here against the top of the lineup for the 2nd time for Booker and Skinner. First pitch, good curveball, called a strike. Simpson, the 24th overall pick in the Frontier League draft, was with the Otters last season. He had a 7.86 ERA in 26 1/3 with Evansville. Was also a Tri-City for a game. He threw a scoreless inning. That was his entire tenure with Tri-City on August 2nd against Quebec. 1-1 is called strike 2. No, Simpson last year actually did pitch against the Mud Monsters back on July 2nd. He threw 5 innings, gave up 5 earned, 6 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, got the loss. Here's the 1-2. Little inside, it's 2-2. Simpson from Mount Washington, Kentucky, 25 years old. Mount Washington, a little bit outside of Louisville, is population of 18,000. You know, whenever we drive east to Avon, Florence, whenever we go to Washington, we usually drive past Mount Washington. Fly ball into right field, and making the catch out there is Lynn Scott for out number 1.
Designated hitter 42, Kyle Booker.
Kyle Booker ready to go for his 2nd at-bat. He grounded back to Simpson in his 1st at-bat. Went off the glove of Simpson, but he recovered, ended up making the throw over to first base. No score here, top of the 3rd inning. High chopper over to first. It's a fair ball. Logan Brown will tag the bag, and that's out number 2. First pitch swinging for Booker, and so far, only 6 pitches in this inning. Braylon Skinner walked in his first at bat. It was a 17-pitch first inning, 22-pitch second inning. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Called a strike. It's 0-1. This is the third game that Simpson has pitched with Wilbanks as his catcher. The other two games they've gone 2-0. 5.40 catcher's ERA against or with Simpson for Wilbanks. On the other side, it's been Logan Brown, 3-1 record. In the majority of the innings at 20 1/3. Little high, it's 2-1. Skinner also in his second season with Mississippi, re-signed back on December 6th. That one will get past Wilbanks. Called ball 3. Well, Simpson has not walked 3 guys in an outing so far this season. He's walked 2. That was on the 24th of May against Windy City. Hasn't walked a guy since May 30th. Up until the 2 walked today. Foul ground, and running it down is Marcos Gonzalez for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Simpson in the third as his scoreless streak is continuing over now to 9 innings. As we'll head to the bottom of the third, no score on the Otters Digital Network.
All season long, the strongest of the strong are competing for a chance to win 2027 general admission season tickets. Right now we got Gay Rapid Team USA. The number to beat is 50, 5-0, one for each state. Easy. Get that Puerto Rican, don't get 51. All right, there we go. Look at that, he's got the energy. Cheer on everybody. All right, on your mark, get set, go.
Couple Otters playing hacky sack in the bullpen. Let's take a look at who those guys are. That's Junior Serta and JD Encarnacion that are doing the hacky sack out there in the bullpen. Well, Serta might pitch today. If it stays this close, definitely will pitch if the Otters are up, but we're only in the third inning, so he's not going to be pitching for a little longer. TJ Salvaggio comes up for his first at-bat of the day. 9-1-2 to face off against Elliott, who's pitching a solid 2 scoreless. 1-2-3, bottom of the second inning. (1-0) to TJ. Called a strike. It's slider. Just hits the inside edge for strike 1. Was a 3 for 12 last series with a double and 4 ribbies against Mississippi earlier this month. There's a high fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Fur. He's at the wall, and did he catch it? No, he didn't. It's a solo shot for TJ Salvaggio. Just got over the wall. Salvaggio has his 6th homer of the year. And the Otters are on the board. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Oh, we got fireworks out there in left field. Oh, we do have a fireworks show after the game. So Salvaggio is then able to get the solo shot just over the leap of Fur in left field. Otters take a 1-0 advantage. Believe it or not, that's the first home run for Salvaggio at home. Popped up foul. Looking after it is Payne, and he'll run out of room. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. 0-2 here to Ponder. Here's a pitch from Elliott after giving up the leadoff homer. There's a rip into left field for a base hit. The offense picking up steam here in the third inning. Usually it was a big string of hits and a lot of singles. If you were watching that game, that second game of the series in Lake Erie, a lot of singles, Look, we got a home run though for Salvaggio, his 6th of the year, led off the inning. First 2 batters to lead off the third with hits. Now Ponder on first with nobody out. Monty Jones will take high for ball 1. Now Ponder leads the team in steals, 14 for 19. 1-0. Little low and away. So Otters lead at 1-0 here in the third inning. Now 1 run on 3 hits with no errors. Jones popped out to Reed at second base in his first at-bat. There's a ground ball over to second base. Holt to Reed for 1, on to first for 2, and it's a double play. And we'll get the first 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Designated hitter, number 42, Dennis Pierce.
So twin killing for the defense of Mississippi. Now bases are empty with 2 outs for Dennis Pierce. Dennis Pierce singled in his last at-bat. Was the first hit of the day against Elliott and was the only hit of the day up until the third inning. One-0. Another one high. Fastball. Only at 89. Doesn't really throw the hardest, Elliott does, but seen a lot of his good breaking stuff. When it works, it's been working really well. Gave up a mistake pitch, though, to Salvaggio, and he was able to take advantage. Swing and a miss brought Pierce down to a knee. And it's 2-1. Two-one pitch. Ripped into center field, and Skinner will let that one drop in as Dennis Pierce has another multi-hit game, number 13, as he starts the day 2 for 2.
The first baseman, number 42, Logan Brown.
Logan Brown coming up for his second at-bat of the day. Brown in his 3rd season with the Otters takes ball 1. Yeah, his dad played in the MLB, Kevin Brown. Not the Kevin Brown you're thinking of, the pitcher. He's the hitter. He was with the Rangers for a couple seasons, with the Blue Jays for a couple years, and with the Brewers and the Red Sox. That one will get away from Payne, and taking second base is Pierce. Wild pitch will advance Pierce into scoring position with 2 outs. Lefty-lefty here between Logan Brown and Eric Elliott. Elliott, 24 years old, 6'3", pitching from the left side. Runner goes, throw on to third is in time. Now Pierce tried to sneakily take third, gets caught stealing by Tevis Payne. And that's out number 3. That'll end the third inning, but TJ Salvaggio hits a solo home run to lead off the frame, and the Otters have a 1-0 lead heading to the 4th on the Otters Digital Network.
Third base side is JC. First base side is Emily. They're going to spin around their bats 10 times and then build an artisan B. JC's caught up. Gonna be close. Oh, looks like JC snuck it out. And is your winner over on third base. The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring, and the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's. Because authentic ingredients make a sub of. They are located at 939 North Burkhart Road in Evansville. We just wrapped up the Precision Test and Water Line third inning. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. 812-933-3341 or visit PrecisionTestWildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Leading off, third baseman 22, A.J. Fritz.
Top of the 4th inning here for the Otters, up 1 now. Pitching with a lead for the first time is Simpson. There's somebody warming in the bullpen already for Mississippi. That's popped up foul. Logan Brown gives it a look, but he does not have room for it. A.J. Fritz leads off here with Holt behind him, and Tevis Payne, the third guy. Dropping the bunt down right back to Simpson, and he'll lob it over to first for out number 1. An interesting decision there to bunt, but doesn't really work out in his favor.
Shortstop 42, Travis Holt.
I'll bring up Travis Holt. Pokes one into shallow left center field. Making the basket catch on the run is Salvaggio. Oh, very quick 2 outs here for Simpson. 3 pitches to get the first 2 outs of the inning. Tevis Payne hit a single in the 2nd inning. First pitch called a strike. His 18th hit of the season. Tevis Payne from San Jose. Signed on January 5th to Mississippi. First professional season after playing for Houston Christian last year. HCU Huskies hit .264 in 39 games. 1-1 is fouled back. 2-2. Fouled away. It will remain at 2-2. A long at bat here after the 3 pitches it took to get the first 2 outs. And pitch number 58 through. Now 4. First strikeout of the day for Simpson. And that's 10 straight scoreless innings for Garrett Simpson. The season high for the Otters is 11. If he goes full 6, he'll break that season high. It was by Garcia's first 11 innings to start the season. Oh, we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to show us your best smiles with HRI Dental Smile Care. Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with HRI Dental. Also, big round of applause for our volunteers as they brush off the bases. Look at those pearly white shine. This is the sheet metal workers' local 24th inning for 138 years. Sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Mississippi called the bullpen 19 gauge Ben, wearing 42 tonight into pitch. Ben is on the mound.
Oh, we have a pitching change, our first one of the day, a little bit early, as Eric Elliott finishes with 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Pretty solid. It was a career high now, or professional career high in innings pitched, and his now new professional career high in strikeouts. That doesn't go too far, only the 3 innings, as the new pitcher into the game is Gage Bim. Bim has a 6.14 ERA and 7 1/3 innings so far. 9 hits, 5 earned runs. Apologies. 8 strikeouts. Last game was on the 12th, a week ago today against Joliet. Maybe you're going to play some long relief here. Has played a long relief role before. He pitched 3 innings against Gateway on June 7th. First pitch a little low against Logan Brown. Logan Brown leading off the 4th. It's Brown, Linscott, and Gonzalez. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Logan Brown walked in his first at-bat in the first inning. A little low in the dirt. Oh, Bim, 3 walks compared to 8 strikeouts. Hasn't really been used too much this season. Did pitch against the Otters on the 4th through 2 1/3 scoreless with 3 strikeouts. Two 2-1 here from Bim. Slow roller over to first base, scooped up at first, but the throw's wide, and it'll get all the way to the fence as Logan Brown will easily take second base on the error at first by Bocchino. Oh, we'll take that. Moves Logan Brown into scoring position to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Oh, a little bit of a mound visit here between Bim and Payne. Now, Bim was spiking a lot of pitches in the dirt in that first at-bat. He'll now face off here against Sam Linscott. So Logan Brown at second after the error. First error of the day. Gage Bim now has to try and pitch around a runner at second and nobody out here against pretty good part of the lineup. Linscott, Gonzalez, Castillo. First pitch a little outside. Well, Bim pitched a lot last season for Mississippi. 5.4 ERA and 53 and a third. That's ripped into right field, and it's down for a base hit. Logan Brown is going to get the stop sign over at third, but a single for Sam Linscott puts runners at the corners with nobody out.
Third baseman, number 42, Marcos Gonzalez.
So Marcos Gonzalez will stand in. Runners at the corners with nobody out. The error might come back to bite Mississippi here in the fourth as the Otters look to extend the lead with Simpson pitching phenomenally through 4 innings. Little low, and it's 1-0. Bim, 24 years old, from Opelousas, Louisiana, a little bit north of Lafayette. (1-0). See if Linscott goes at first base. Called a strike. Oh, Linscott is 6 for 7 on stolen bases. Has only got caught once. Gonzalez, 26 RBIs on the season. Includes 4 home runs. He's hit 2 of his 4 home runs against the Mud Monsters. So watch out for the long ball here for Marcos against Mississippi pitching. There's a fly ball. It'll go foul, though. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
There we go. There we go. 1-2 here to Gonzalez. Brown at third. Linscott at first. Here's the pitch. Reaches out, pokes one into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Logan Brown will head home and score the second run as Marcos Gonzalez makes it a 2-0 game in the fourth. So the error does prove crucial, as Linscott will take second, error and 2 singles, and LG Castillo now try to drive in a third run, maybe a fourth, maybe a fifth here for Evansville. You never know. You never know. He did hit a home run in his last home game. Fouled away off to the right side. That game was a pretty good one. Went 3 for 4. Home run, 4 RBIs. Took a while for Castillo to get a hold of one, but that one definitely went pretty far. There's 94 on the fastball, that last pitch from Bim. Little low and away, makes it 1-1. Bim was with LSU Shreveport. Not for the undefeated season in 2025, but was there in 2023. 1-1 pitch here from Bim with 2 on, nobody out. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Well, Bim was actually on the FCL Mets for inning and a third, and he was on the FCL Mets, which was part of Jay Pecci's team. He was also teammates with Jake Zatella, who is on the roster, didn't get the start today. He was released when we last faced the Mud Monsters. But Jay Pecci was the head coach for the FCL Mets in 2023 and was the complex coordinator in 24. Was in the dirt, a block from Payne. Makes it 2-2. Pecci, 49 years old. He had a pretty wild playing career. Ended up going all the way to AAA in 2003. Tacoma Rainiers, and the Fresno Grizzlies, which they were the AAA of San Francisco back in 2003. But in 2026, it is the home of Griff Hughes. Big Griff. Single A ball, though. Little low and away, and it's 3-2. Walk here loads the bases with nobody out for Cohen Wilbanks. Already 1 run given up. Will be earned as well. Payoff pitch. There's a ground ball over to short. Toss to second for 1. On to first for 2. Another 6-4-3 double play the Otters ground into, as moving to third is Lynn Scott. That'll get 2 outs, and Bim in a much better situation than he was 1 pitch ago.
Number 42, Cohen Wilbanks.
Still a runner on third, though, with 2 outs. Cohen Wilbanks will try to drive in a run. Wilbanks is 1 RBI so far with 2 outs. Was his only RBI of the season. Came against Schaumburg on the 13th. Another lefty-lefty here with the righty Salvaggio on deck. It would be good for Bim to just get out of this with the 1 run allowed, especially after the situation he was just in. 2-0. Nothing too much for Wilbanks to swing at so far. 2-0 pitch from Bim. And still not. 3-0. Walk brings up Salvaggio, who is very good in 2-out situations. He's got 7 2-out RBIs. Overall leads the team still in RBIs with 30. And that is due to good 2-out hitting. 3-0. Wilbanks taking all the way as that one's down the middle for strike 1. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Salvaggio only hitting at a 214, but we've seen him get some big hits in those. Usually doing a good job. He has driven in the only run today. Or sorry, one of the 2 runs after the home run to lead off the third. Wilbanks stays alive as he fouls one back. Full count here against Bim. Wilbanks struck out on a full count in his first at-bat. That was against Elliott. His back-to-back lefties coming in for Mississippi. 3-2 with 2 outs. That is inside for ball 4. It'll get past Payne, heading home and scoring is Lynn Scott from third. So that third run does come in. After the walk from Cohen Banks, it gets past Payne. Lynn Scott comes in, dives home from third, and it's 3-0 Otters.
The shortstop, number 42, TJ Salvaggio.
So wild pitch will most likely be the call there. That drives in that third run. Now Wilbanks at first with 2 outs for Salvaggio. A little bit low. It's 1-0. Well, Bim's now given up 3 runs. Or sorry, 2 runs. One was earned to Elliott, the home run. Fly ball into right field. Mitzel is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Well, Otters get a couple runs. Marcos Gonzalez brings one in on an RBI single, and then wild pitch brings in Lynn Scott from third. The Otters lead it by 3 as we head to the 5th on the Otters Digital Network.
Have you seen Evan the Otter around lately? Make sure you tell him hello when you do. Evan's excited to see all of our fans and encourage you to visit Heritage for all your banking needs. Heritage, your proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. Tonight's game sponsor is Schnucks. Stop by local Schnucks this week to take advantage of great savings throughout the store. From fresh produce and quality meats to your favorite grocery items. Schnucks has everything you need at prices you'll love. Shop the deals this week at Schnucks. As we celebrate Salute to the Negro Leagues tonight, we'd like to recognize the Evansville African American Museum for its dedication to preserving and sharing the stories, history, and contributions of African Americans in our community. We thank them for helping keep these important stories alive.
Fifth innings brought to you by B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine-in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. I don't know what they're putting in the water that Garrett Simpson's drinking, but he has turned into a masterful pitcher. Not that he wasn't before, but it's better than ever in the past 2 starts. 0-1 already to Reed, who leads off. 1-1. Bottom 3 in the order, Reed, Bocino, Mitzel to lead off the 5th inning. One. Little low. Reed full out to Logan Brown over at first as Brown went into foul ground to make that catch. It was a second out in the 2nd inning. 2-1. High fly ball into shallow right field. Jones, Brown, Linscott. It'll be Linscott to make the catch right at the foul line for out number 1.
First baseman, 42, Peter Bocino.
That's 8 straight retired now for Simpson. Ever since Bocino walked in his last at-bat in the second inning, nobody has managed to reach since. It's still only 1 hit, 3 base runners so far for Simpson, all of them in the first 2 innings. Good breaking ball, hits the zone. I mentioned this before, the record for the most scoreless innings by any pitcher on the Otters is 11 from Andrew Garcia. There's a ground ball. It's over to second base, spinning, throwing over to first. Great play by Jones. Amani Jones had to go a long ways to get to that one. Hits the 360, nails the throw to first, and that's out number 2.
42, Garrett Mitzel.
Really not positioned that well to get the ball and was still able to get it on a slow roller. Bocino, like a lot of guys on this Monsters team, pretty fast. Fouled off by Mitzel, who is still looking for his first professional hit. Mitzel, 26 years old. A little high. Has spent the last 2 seasons in the Mavericks League. Started off this season in the Mavericks League with the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. He hit .455, which got him a professional contract. He swings and misses. It's 1-2 last year for the Mavericks League. He set the single-season stolen base record, so he's going to fit right in here for a team in Mississippi that steals a really large amount of bases. Now, Mitzel has yet to reach, though, in his pro career. Good breaking ball. Freezes Mitzel, and that is strike 3. 10 straight retired by Simpson in his second straight 1-2-3, a third straight 1-2-3 inning. He's gone 5 scoreless, and he's now tied the scoreless streak season high with Garcia. And he's most likely going to 6, so we'll see if he breaks that one as we head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home here. 3-0 Otters.
And the one that does the best as Timothy Jones by our Otter Bells will be your winner and get to choose what you watch on TV for the rest of the week. You guys ready? Set, go! Oh my, we got some pros. Cheer 'em on, everybody. It's gonna be fun. Fans, a reminder that we currently have a Father's Day weekend beer seed auction going on all weekend long. You can bid on the previous Otters beer seeds online through Dash. The auction closes on Sunday at 7 o'clock. So be sure to get your bids in before time runs out.
Oh, we got a couple more guys that have joined in on the fun of the hacky sack in the bullpen. It looks like we got 4 guys out there. Can we get an angle of the bullpen real quick? It's a very competitive match over there. You see that those 4 guys right there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Get a little zoom in on those fellas right there. Close enough. They're just doing it mid-inning. It was Serta and Encarnacion, and then now they were being joined by Petchke and Joe Morrissey. And Otters having a lot of fun out there. Meanwhile, Simpson is absolutely tearing up the offense of Mississippi. First pitch fouled away by Ponder as he leads off. Going through the order for the 3rd time, Ponder is 1 for 2, has a single in the 3rd, strikeout in the 1st. Ended up getting caught into a double play in his last at-bat after reaching. 0-1 a little low on the slider. So Bim was with Hines Community College. 2021 he redshirted for him. 2022 he was playing pretty good innings out of the bullpen. Had a 7.4 ERA and 48 2/3. And then transferred to LSU Shreveport. Came around, had a 1.8 ERA and 40 innings out of the bullpen. Was a NAIA All-American, honorable mention, RRAC Conference First Team. Ended up signing a minor league deal after playing in the MLB Draft League with the Frederick Keys. Frederick Keys are now an affiliate of the Orioles. They switched teams with Aberdeen, and now they are in the MLB Draft League, the Ironbirds. There's only 2 games for the FCL Mets before getting released due to a couple of injuries, as that's ball 4. And Ponder will walk to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning.
Second baseman, number 42.
Amani Jones is 0 for 2 so far today. Had a pop out over to Reed at second base. In shallow right field, and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. Runner goes, a little bit of a late start. Throw to second's high, though, and he is out at second. Not too sure if the Boise faithful is a fan of that call. There was a lot of dirt that was kicked up there at second base, but Jalen Jarvis making the call, and Andy McCauley might speak a word or two regarding the play at second base. McCauley has been ejected a number of times. Ooh, that's close. Taking a look at the replay here for everybody watching on Home Team Network. I think Ponder got in there safely. You gotta say it. Might have been the dust and dirt that came up that kind of messed with the view there of Jalen Jarvis, but I think he was safe. I think a trainer is looking at Tevis Payne. He seems to be okay. Wonder what that was all about. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard real quick, as Florence and Joliet are tied up at 3. Windy City and Schaumburg are tied up at 4. Sussex County is beaten down east 7-2. Lake Erie is blowing out Washington 8-0. Whoa. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Brockton's beaten Tri-City 6-5. New York's beaten Troyes 4-1. Quebec's winning. What else is new? Bit of a wild game between New Jersey and Gateway. Gateway scored 2 in the 9th to take the lead. New Jersey tied it up in the bottom half. Gateway scored 1 in the 10th, and then New Jersey scored 2 to win it. So a bit of a rough loss for Gateway, 11-10. 0-2 to Jones. He swings and misses for strike 3. So it went from a leadoff walk to quickly 2 outs here in the 5th inning, as that's the first K of the day for Gage Bim. Somebody else warming in the bullpen for Mississippi. See how long Gage Bim gets here. Not going to lie, I'm not going to be able to see who comes out of the bullpen because everyone's wearing 42, and usually I go off of the numbers. I can guess. I can guess. Okay, let me see. I'm going to guess it's Braden Sanders. That's my guess. We'll see if I'm right. 1-0. In the dirt. Dennis Pierce is off to a 2-for-2 day so far. A couple singles. Ended up getting caught stealing, trying to get to third in the 3rd inning. That ended the 3rd. And that was after he advanced to second on a wild pitch. Little low, it's 3-0. Nothing really doing for Pierce so far, at least in terms of getting to pitch to hit. Now, Elliott started the game, finished with 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Bim in line for the loss, though, if this game ends the way it does. There is a rocket into deep left center field, and Pierce knew it. That ain't coming back. Dennis Pierce extends his team lead, 7 homers on the year. Makes it a 4-0 lead for the Otters. Second homer of the day for Evansville. Oh, Pierce, right after the crack of the bat, knew that one was going way out of here. 414, 106 off the bat. Not as far as his 443 back in Lake Erie, but definitely a shot, to say the least. One-0 here to Logan Brown. Smoke still kind of in the air after the fireworks going off after the home run. Gonna have a fireworks show after the game today. Hopefully after a Otters win. And it's looking good so far through almost 5 full innings. Otters 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, now 1 here in the 5th. Dennis Pierce, 3 for 3. Second 3-hit game in 3 days. Technically 2. I don't know. The suspended game makes it a little weird. We'll say 3 days. Second 3-hit game in 3 days. 13th multi-hit game of the season. Hasn't had a 4-hit game yet. Grounder foul down the first base line makes it 2-2. Logan Brown is 0 for 1. He has reached twice, though. He walked in the 1st and reached on an error in the 4th. Came around to score on the RBI single from Marcos Gonzalez. So Bim now 3 earned runs given up. 2-2. And just low. Good take from Logan Brown, and it's 3-2. Brown trying to reach here with 2 outs to bring up Linscott, who's on deck. There's a fly ball into right center field. Skinner, Mitzel, neither of them are going to get there. That's going to get off the wall. Logan Brown is into second base with a double. 7th double of the year for Logan Brown. Gets his first hit of the day. He's now reached in all 3 of his at-bats. And a man in scoring position with 2 outs for Sam Linscott. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Ended up coming around to score in the 4th on a wild pitch thrown by Bim, as we're going to have a little bit of a mound visit here. Forgot to mention this earlier. This has nothing to really do with either of the guys that are either on base or up to bat. LG's Castillo's 600th game professionally. So congrats to LG. Big 600. He's nearing 600 hits too. I think he's at 593 right now. So we'll see hit number 600 pop up pretty soon in the oncoming future, and the way he's been hitting, it will come sooner than later, that's for sure. Linscott 1 for 2, trying to drive in a 5th run here. First pitch called a strike. Oh, for Bim, this is his 3rd season in the Frontier League. His first year was with Florence. Pitched 12 innings with the Yalls. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2 against Linscott. He had a 9.75 ERA. His best season so far has been last year in 2025. He pitched 2 games against the Otters last season. May 17th threw a scoreless frame, and then June 5th gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits in 2/3 of an inning. 0-2 grounder. Diving stoppage short from Holt, but he throws to third, and I don't even know, he bobbles it. So everybody's safe. Move runners to the corners with 2 outs for Marcos Gonzalez, who already has an RBI base hit.
Marcos Gonzalez.
Well, the Otters have 10 hits all of a sudden. After a double, a homer, a double, and a single back-to-back-to-back. Marcos trying to drive in another run, maybe with hit number 11. Grounder down the third base line, foul, and it's 0-1. Now, Linscott at first definitely has a chance to take second base here with 2 outs. Nobody really getting close to covering over there. Might just let him take it if he goes. Slider hits the outside part of the zone, and it's 0-2. Gonzalez 1 for 2 today. The RBI single that brought in Brown from third. He's got Brown at third again here with Linscott at first. It's been homer, double, single with 2 outs. All of it. 0-2 though. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So the second strikeout of the day for Bim. As 2 runs do come in though. Dennis Pierce ranks it 4-0 as we head to the 6th on the Otters Digital Network.
Otter fans, it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's jackpot toss. Otter staff will release Hoosier Lottery beach balls in the crowd. When the music starts, pass the balls to the crowd. When the music stops, everyone 18 or older holding the ball will win the $30 Hoosier Lottery prize back. Are we ready? Get set. Go! And stop. Congratulations from the Hoosier Lottery and Evansville Otters. Otter staff will tell you how to claim your prize. Must be 18 or older to play or win. Please play responsibly. Make sure you stop by a local Hoosier Lottery retailer to pick up your Mega Million ticket. For tonight's drawing, Mega Millions is estimated at $413 million. If I'm not here tomorrow, you'll know why. Must be 18 or older. To play, please play responsibly. It is now time for the United Fidelity Bank sixth inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914.
Oh, Garrett Simpson back out there for another inning. Why not? He is pitching phenomenally. He's got only 69 pitches as well. So if he gets through here a solid sixth inning, I see him go 7 for the first time this season. His season high was 6, as he went 6 scoreless in his last outing against Schaumburg, but looking to go 12 straight scoreless frames. And already with his 5, he's in line for the victory if this score holds. Called a strike to the leadoff man. Top of the lineup, casting for Kyle Booker. Braylon Skinner is. Simpson will go through the lineup for the 3rd time. 0-1. A little low. Let me take a look at some records here for Mississippi. When they score 2 or less runs, they are 0-5. Right now they have 1 hit, let alone a run. That'll miss. It's 2-1 to Furr. Furr is 0 for 2, a couple flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to right. Otters are now up 4-0 after the rocket homer for Dennis Pierce. A little high. It's 3-1. Simpson has retired the last 10 batters he's faced. He's given up 1 hit, 2 walks, only 3 base runners so far today. 3-1. That is ball 4. That streak of 10 straight will end with the leadoff man reaching. Mississippi, first time the leadoff man has reached today. That'll bring up Kyle Booker. Still nothing doing in the Otters bullpen. They haven't really needed to do much. Seems as though when Garrett Simpson's on the mound, they can just sit back and relax. There's some movement over there. First pitch to Kyle Booker's called a strike. No, Kyle Booker was the boogeyman in the first series against the Otters. Drove in 11 runs, but so far Simpson's held him at bay. He's 0 for 2 so far. A couple ground outs, 1 back to him and 1 over to first. Big swing and a miss. It's 0-2, and Booker will call his timeout. Well, Kyle Booker was with Tennessee from 2021 to 2023, won a national championship, College World Series. Finals between Oklahoma and North Carolina starting, I think, tomorrow. When you're on a Tennessee squad that wins a national championship, your teammates with a lot of future MLBers, and that is the case for Kyle Booker. He was teammates with, let me go down the list here, Chase Dolander, Chase Burns, Seth Halverson, Christian Moore, Jordan Beck, Drew Gilbert, and Ben Joyce at Tennessee. Teammates with a lot of good talent. Fouled back. Still remains at 1-2. I think the best guy out of there is Chase Burns. Chase Dolander, pretty solid starter on the Rockies. Halverson's a good reliever. Christian Moore on the Angels. Jordan Beck, a lot of Rockies that were at that Tennessee team. Drew Gilbert's on the Giants. And Ben Joyce, he throws like 105 off the glove. Salvaggio tries to recover, has no play. Weird throw over to second, but everyone's safe. The first 2 reach here in the 6th inning, and now we have some movement in the bullpen for the Otters, as that will be called a base hit. And rightfully so. It was an infield single. I don't think Salvaggio had any play, whether it be at first or second base. Nolan Thebe first out of the bullpen, wearing the Kansas City Monarchs jersey. Max Peterson will come out and see if he takes him out here. Or looks like it's just going to be a normal mound visit, as the corner infielders are in as well. Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, along with Cohen Wilbanks. Braylon Skinner up. First two have reached here in the 6th inning. The Otters have a comfortable lead, 4-0, but one swing of the bat and it will not be comfortable anymore. Off the bat of Braylon Skinner, a home run makes it 4-3. Skinner only has one home run. That was back on May 14th against Florence. As he's mostly a contact guy. He's got 6 doubles, 4 triples. A lot of triples for Mississippi this season. 11 of them, which is second in the league. First pitch a little high and away for ball 1. Skinner, one of the many guys on the Mud Monsters roster that is from the Mississippi area. He's from South Haven, Mississippi, a little bit south of Memphis. That is into right field for a base hit, rounding third and getting the stop sign over there is Caston Furr, and another base hit will load the bases with nobody out.
Baseman 42, A.J. Fritz.
No bases loaded, nobody out. See what the Otters try to do here if they want to put in Thebe. And Max Peterson will come out there, and it looks like he will make the change. So Nolan Thebe will inherit 3 runners and hopefully try to keep a comfortable lead here for the Otters. But Garrett Simpson throws a solid 5 scoreless, but just gave up a walk and a couple hits, and his day will be over. He will get a good ovation, though, from the Bossy faithful as he kept the Otters in this one. The 5-0s on the scoreboard for Mississippi is because of him, but Nolan Thebe will try to stop things here in the 6th. And we'll take a quick break here on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters with a comfortable batting S1 is running number 22, Nolan Thebe. In to finish. Thebe's on the mound. Milbanks behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 North River Road, 812-475-9000. Tell them. Same from the Otters, send you.
So it'll be Nolan Thebe coming out of the bullpen first for the Otters right now. Simpson finishes his day with 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. We'll see how much that changes here after the top 3 in the order for Mississippi ended up reaching. Walk to Caston Furr, and then back-to-back singles for Kyle Booker and Braylon Skinner will bring up A.J. Fritz with the bases loaded and nobody out. Otters up 4, but A.J. Fritz is off to a pretty hot start. He's in his 18th game. He's hitting .303, and he's specifically been playing well in his last 5 to 10 games. Last 5, he has a hit in his last 5. Yesterday against Washington, he hit a home run. He has 4 of them this season. 11 RBIs, and he's been moved all the way up to the cleanup spot today. For the first time this season, this is also the first time that Caston Furr has batted leadoff. So Fritz trying to do what the cleanup man does here. Has the bases loaded, nobody out. Nolan Thebe trying to stop things here. Dead in their tracks. Regular positioning from the defense as they'll take the double plays. That one will get past Wilbanks, and that'll allow 1 run to come in. Both runners will advance to second and third. And 1 pitch, 1 run comes in. Now I'll take out the easy double play, and defense will probably have to maneuver from there. Thebe a 3.22 ERA and 22 in the third. That also means Simpson's scoreless streak will end at 11 straight innings. That run will be charged to him. Popped up foul. It's 1-1. Thebe didn't pitch in the Lake Erie series. Thebe usually comes in close, high leverage situations. We didn't really get too many of those in the Lake Erie series. It was 18-2, 18-9, 5-1. It was not really any opportunity for him to come in. So his last game was on the 13th against Schaumburg. 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2 to Fritz. Fritz 0 for 2 so far today, has 2 groundouts, one back to Simpson, one over to short. One back to Simpson was a bunt attempt that did not go well for him. One, two here with nobody out. Runners on second and third. One run already in for Mississippi. Got him swinging. High fastball at 91, chases. And that's out number one, a big out number one for Thebe, especially after giving up that first run. That'll bring up Travis Holt. He's also 0 for 2. Thebe's only given up more than 2 runs in a game one time. That was on the 9th against Lake Erie. Overall pitching very well, which is why he's been getting all these high leverage situations as the breaking ball hits the zone for strike one. Holt has a fly out to center, a pop out to shallow left center to Salvaggio. Made a nice basket catch on the run. 0-1 here to Holt. Little high. Holt has 20 RBIs this season. He's currently riding a 6-game hitting streak. Went 2 for 4 yesterday against Washington. Overall against the Otters now, 3 for 16 this season. 1-1. There's a high fly ball into deep left field. It's veering foul. And luckily, that's only strike 2. Got out in front of that one. Not sure if it was fair it would have gone over. There's a 315 to the poles. Maybe it would have. I guess we'll never know. 1-2, 1 strike away from a huge second out. Makes a situation a lot more comfortable here for Thebe. His pitch. Hey, got him, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Thebe. And there's 2 outs. Well, this is exactly why you put Thebe in these high leverage situations. He's intimidating. He's an intimidating dude. And he freezes Holt. Back-to-back Ks. Looking to get out of here. Just giving up the 1 run and keeping the 3-run lead intact for the Otters. Tevis Payne. Stepping off is Thebe. 31 strikeouts now for Thebe. First pitch, right at Logan Brown for out number 3. Wild pitch scores a run, but Nolan Thebe locks in, strikes out 2, gets the line out to first, and only 1 run comes in for Mississippi when it could have been a lot worse. Garrett Simpson finishes his day 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Otters lead it 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
For the dance cam, we need everybody to get up and show us those dancing moves. Gavin is extra ready for it. As we're excited to be here on a beautiful Friday night, Gavin says, "Get to dancing." He'll be the judge of this contest. Looking for an easy meal after the game, stop by Schnucks and pick up our fresh fried chicken made throughout the day and ready when you are. It's perfect for family dinners, tailgates, and everything in between. Fresh, hot, delicious, only at Schnucks. My favorite Schnucks purchase that rotisserie chicken. Very good. Very good stuff indeed. As we celebrate, salute to the Negro Leagues tonight. We'd like to recognize the Evansville Otters Museum for its dedication to preserving and sharing the stories, history, and contributions of African Americans in our community. We thank them for helping keep these important stories alive.
Sixth innings brought to you by United Fidelity Bank. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. You remember an inning or two ago when I guessed that the pitcher in the bullpen was Braden Sanders? Well, that's Braden Sanders right there. I got it right. I'm really happy about that. Braden Sanders is one of the new signings for Mississippi. Signed back on June 11th. This is his fourth game of the season and his fourth game of his professional career. He's a 2.70 ERA in 3 1/3 innings, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. He pitched his first game against Joliet on the 11th through a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. Played again against Joliet. It was a 6-game series between Joliet and Mississippi. Threw an inning and a third, a scoreless. And then pitched against Washington back on Tuesday. Threw an inning, gave up a run, walked 2, struck out 2. So now in his fourth game of the season, facing off against LG Castillo, Cohen Wilbanks, TJ Salvaggio. Bottom 3 in the order, leading off the bottom of the 6th. Great job from Nolan Thebe to get out of that jam. It was a rough jam. Runners on second and third with nobody out, and you strike out 2, then get a line out. That is why he gets put in those situations. Exactly the reason. 1-1 here to LG. Fouled away. Sanders from Memphis. So another guy in the Mississippi Jackson area. A lot of guys on Mississippi that went to Memphis, played for the Tigers. As that one's fouled away. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. No PA read this time? Okay. One-two here to LG. Oh, it hits him on the back. That was 94 on the fastball as well, as that probably will leave a mark tomorrow. But Castillo taking one for the team will lead off the 6th inning with a hit by pitch.
The catcher, number 42, Cohen Wilbanks.
Cohen Wilbanks with a runner on first and nobody out. Otters have scored in the last 3 innings. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Solo homer from Dennis Pierce. That was a very long top of the 6th inning. Felt like a while at least. Wilbanks shows bunt, which means Fritz over at third is going to crash. Same with Bocino at first. Showing bunt again, drops it down foul. 0-2. So Sanders was at Ole Miss in 2021, went to Northwest Mississippi College for 2 seasons, and then played 3 with Memphis, including 2026, which he had a 7.41 ERA in 17 innings after being a preseason all-conference team selection. Runner goes 0-2. Called a ball throw on to second base is not in time. A great scoop at short, though, by Holt. Castillo has himself a stolen bag. Castillo's been stealing a lot of bases as of recent. Now up to 4 out of 6 on the year. The ER is a little bit deceiving for Braden Sanders, 7.41. But he had 13 scoreless outings, including 10 in his last 12 of the season. Wilbanks still showing bunt 0-2 and pulls a couple of them back, makes it 2-2 evened up. With a little bit of a wide lead at second base for Castillo on that last one. Two-two here. Into center field and a base hit. Castillo will get the stop sign at third. Wilbanks doesn't need a bunt. He has a single, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out.
The shortstop, number 42, TJ Salvaggio.
Nice piece of hitting for Cohen Wilbanks. Gets his 4th hit of the season. Second hit in 3 games for him. That'll bring up Salvaggio, trying to get the run back that Mississippi scored in the top half of the 6th. Score in the 4th straight inning. Gets away from Payne, not too far, though, to advance Castillo from third. 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Memphis this season with Sanders on the team. They finished 24-34. Had a bad stretch of 11 of 12, losing between mid-February and the start of March. Another one outside. It's 2-0. Their only win in that stretch was actually 24-5 against Little Rock. The same Little Rock that made it to the Super Regional. So that shows you how much of a crazy turnaround that Little Rock had. 2-0. Ground ball over to third. It's bobbled at third by Fritz, and everyone's safe. Run comes in from third. Fritz couldn't get the handle. Castillo read it perfectly, and he comes in from third.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to personally welcome.
Well, Castillo might have been toast at home if that was handled cleanly by Fritz at third. He was ready to throw home instead of going over to first. But yeah, it was a very interesting play over at third. Fritz was just unable to get it cleanly. It will be credited RBI for Salvaggio. So he brings in Castillo. And that run that Mississippi scored in the top half of the 6th is now nigh. Null and void, one might say, as the Otters get it back. Now lead by 4 yet again. 2 on with still nobody out. The first 3 reach here. Dropping the bunt down is Ponder. It'll go foul, makes it 0-2. Oh, not too good on the bunt attempts from Wilbanks and Ponder, the Georgia Gwinnett teammates once upon a time. Oh, Wilbanks, even with the failed bunt, still got a hit. See if Ponder can do the same thing here at the top of the lineup. Run will be earned to Sanders, as he did hit Castillo to put him on in the first place. 0-2. Low and away. No, Bocchino is still up on the infield grass, just in case. Did see Cohen Wilbanks try to drop a bunt down twice when it was 2 strikes. Just in case. Fritz over at third. A little closer in as well. That's a high chopper over to short. Holt. Nobody gets there. Miscommunication. That one's into center field. 1 run will score all the way home from first is Salvaggio. TJ was running all the way, and the slow roller, Skinner, was so far back that he didn't realize that it was going to go into center field, as Holt and Reed couldn't communicate. The 2 runs come in, and all of a sudden it's 7-1. Otters have their biggest lead of the season, or of the game. Whoa. Biggest lead of the season was 18-2. That's an interesting play. I wonder what if they're gonna call that a double. Ponder is into second base now. Both RBIs will definitely be charged to him. I don't think it's gonna be an error because I don't know if it really touched either glove or bobbled off of either glove. Yeah, they're gonna call it a double. So Ponder 2 for 3 today. Not too bad. Monty Jones 1-1. First 4 reached, 3 runs in. Great base running from TJ Salvaggio, running all the way home from first. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. So 3 runs given to Sanders. Only 2 of them will be earned. Definitely his lowest outing of the season so far. 1-2. Little low, evens the count up. Last season with Memphis, he had a 3.93 ERA and 18 1/3 out of the bullpen. 5 saves. He was the main closer for Memphis. He's also the main closer in 2024. Had 9 saves that time. Fly ball into left field. That one dropped fair, no, right to the bullpen. Sanders' best season was in 2024 with Memphis. He had a 3.82 ERA, 30 2/3 innings, 9 saves. Was one of the top closers in the nation. Was the NCBWA Stopper of the Year midseason watch list selection as well. Led the American Conference in saves. Swinging a miss on a breaking ball, and Amani Jones goes down. Second strikeout for Jones. First for Sanders today, now at number 1 in the 6th.
Designated hitter, number 42, Dennis Pierce.
Well, Dennis Pierce is 3 for 3 today. 2 singles and a solo homer that went way over the left center field wall. Man on second here with 1 out. Otters already have 3 in this inning. Fouled back. Single home run has been Pierce's day. Definitely up in the average. He's already at 300. Like half the team, maybe more than half the team's hitting at 300 so far this season. Little outside. It's 1-1. First 2 seasons for Sanders was with Northwest Mississippi in Senatobia, Mississippi, a little bit south of Memphis. So he's just kind of stayed in that Memphis area for his entire baseball career. Throw to third. Not in time. Ponder steals third base. So after Ponder gets caught stealing second last inning, he ends up stealing third this inning. Now he's 90 feet away with 1 out. And that will bring the infield in. 7 runs, 12 hits now for the Otters as they lead it by 6. 2-1 to Pierce. Fouled away.
This is dedicated to people right below me. That overhead foul ball was brought to you by Hens Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. Thanks for listening.
Somebody else warming in the bullpen for Mississippi. Nobody in Evansville's bullpen, so Nolan Thebe probably going to come out for the 7th. 2-2. There's a base hit that's getting all the way into the gap, all the way to the wall. Ponder will easily come in. Dennis Pierce, how about a 4-for-4 day?
The first baseman, number 42, Logan Brown.
What a day for DP. He is hitting the ball very well today. 2 singles, a homer, and a double. It's brought in 2 runs, and it's now 8-1 Otters. First pitch to Logan Brown. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Very wild swing for Brown. Got in the way of Payne. 0-1. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Otters saw Mississippi score a run. They're like, nah, we're putting this one out of reach. Little low. It's 2-1. Sorry, 1-1. Logan Brown is 1 for 2. Hit a double in his last at bat in the 5th over to right center. There's a fly ball in the left center field. Furr, Skinner converging. It'll be Furr to make the catch. And that's out number 2. So another run charged to Sanders. Now 2/3 with 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. And his inning's still not over. I think they're just going to let him rock here. I got a guy warming, not putting him in, though. Linscott, man on second base with 2 outs. Linscott's having himself a solid day. 2 for 3, 2 singles. That is ripped into left field, but it will roll foul. Got way out ahead of that one. 102 off the bat. Let that one travel. That thing is heading over the brick wall. Begs the question. I don't know if we have this data. What's the Otters home run off of the highest pitch? I don't know if we have that data. Ground ball into center field, a base hit. Getting the round is Logan Brown. It's bobbled in center by Skinner, and Brown will come in easily. 5 runs in the 6th, and it's 9-1 Otters. And that will most likely do it here for Sanders. He comes out of the game not even finishing the inning, giving up 5 runs, 4 of them earned. And we'll have a pitching change here from Bosse Field. All of a sudden, Otters are blowing out Mississippi. It's 9-1. We'll be right back.
Mississippi. Calling the bullpen. 27, Braden Forsythe. In to pitch, Forsythe is on the mound. Paid the second behind the plate. Pitch your catch your batteries, powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 Richmond Road. 812-475-9000.
So we have a new pitcher into the game for Mississippi. Braden Sanders is out, and in is Braden Forsythe. Mississippi deciding to use both Bradens today. Forsythe is on the mound. He has a 10.24 ERA in 19 and a third innings. He's given up an earned run in his last 3 outings. 1-3 record. His only win actually came on the 13th against Joliet. He threw 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, walked 4, but still got the victory. Interesting. The 9th man to bat for the Otters in this inning is Marcos Gonzalez. LG Castillo led off the inning with a hit by pitch, and he's on deck. Man on first, Lynn Scott after the RBI single with 2 outs. High fly ball into right center. It'll drop in. Oh, a nightmare inning from the Mud Monsters continues. Mitzel lost that one in the lights, most likely. Heading first to third is Lynn Scott.
The left fielder, number 42.
They're going to call it a base hit.
Castillo.
So 9 runs on 15 hits as LG Castillo, who led off the 6th with a hit by pitch, is now up for the 2nd time this inning. Fly ball into center field. That sounded like it broke. Making the catch out there is Skinner for out number 3. Well, 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. So a little bit of insurance, just a tad bit for Nolan Phoebe. He'll come out for the 7th on the Otters Digital Network, 9-1.
The Otters are back at EBSC's historic Fossey Field, trademark, tomorrow night for Small Business Saturday. Shop local Evansville businesses on the outer concourse. And stick around after the final lap for a spectacular post-game fireworks show. Tickets still available at EvansvilleOtters.com or by calling 812-435-8686. This is the Jacobs Pub 7th inning. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on North Main Jacobs Pub at 607 North Main Street, just a stone's throw away.
7th inning brought to you by Jacobs Pub. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays at 607 North Main Street in Evansville, Indiana.
42, Vantrell Reed.
There's big Nolan Thebe out on the mound again. Had the bases loaded with nobody out. Threw a wild pitch on his first pitch to allow a run to score. Had runners at first and second with nobody out. 1K, 2K line out to first, and all of a sudden, Otters are now up by 8, 9-1 here in the top of the 7th. Vantrell Reed, Peter Bocchino, Curran Mitzel will lead off the 7th inning. Already starting with a chance here. We had the polite heckling last time. That was pretty entertaining. That was pretty entertaining. And it's starting now. We're getting into that sort of thing. Past the dive of Gonzalez into left field, and Vantrell Reed leads off the 7th with a base hit.
First baseman, 42, Peter Bocino.
Everybody's wearing 42. Peter Bocino included. Bocino is also a Frontier League draft pick like Garrett Simpson. Drafted 48th overall. 222 average coming into this game. So far, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Whoa, bat snaps in half. Gonzalez, no play at second. His throw to first is in time.
More wood for the winner fire.
Well, shout out to Niehaus Lumber. That's another piece of wood gone. That one was loud. That was a loud one.
Right fielder.
Yeah, whole stadium heard that one. Either way, out number one as Van Cho Reed advances to second base. I almost hit Marcos over at third. Curran Mitzel. 0 for 2 so far today. Takes a ball. Oh, Mitzel getting into the coaching game as well as playing baseball. He was the hitting coach at his alma mater in Hillsboro High School. Last season with Western Oregon was in 2024. He hit .312 in 50 games. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Western Oregon's in Monmouth, Oregon, a little bit west of Salem. It was all GNAC second team selection. Had a 10-game hitting streak to end the year. 4 homers, 32 RBIs. Best season, though, was in 2023, which he hit .360. Well, less games, 41 of them, but another all GNAC second team selection there as well. Called a strike. It's a 1-2. Oh, before Western Oregon, 3 seasons there. He spent 3 years at Lane Community College, which is in Eugene, home of the Oregon Ducks and the Eugene Emeralds. Shout out the Eugene Emeralds. 1-2 from Thebe. Outside, it's 2-2. Well, with the Otters up 8 now, I'm not sure we're going to see Valdez or Serta tonight, barring any major comeback attempt from Mississippi. Reed on second, 1 out. Mitzel, 2-2 from Thebe. Outside, 3-2. Mitzel grounded out to Gonzalez in the second inning. Struck out looking in the fifth. One of only 2 strikeouts for Simpson. Most likely in line for the victory here. 3-2 high and away, and that's ball 4. First walk issued by Thebe today. And that'll put 2 on with 1 out for the top of the lineup in Caston Furr.
Left fielder, 42, Caston Furr.
Going from Curran Mitzel to Caston Furr is a weird duo of names. Curran and Caston, and then Mitzel and Furr. Definitely interesting to say the least. Honestly, for somebody that is not a fan of the good old John Smith, I like it. It's something different. It's something different, and I enjoy that. So you know what, Curran, Caston, Mr. and Mrs. Furr, Mr. and Mrs. Mitzel. Good job. Good job being a little different. I mess with it. 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Caston is from Ruston, Louisiana. Ruston, a little bit east of Shreveport. This is his second season with Mississippi. Last season, he hit .289, went 4 for 22 against the Otters. That was after his senior season of college at La Tech, Louisiana Tech. 0-2. Little high. That season, Caston Fur, the end of the season was mostly where he shined. He got a hit in 16 of his last 18 games, including a 10-game hitting streak at the end of August. That didn't perform well against Evansville, though. 1-2. Fouled back. Foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. Keep forgetting to hit the oh yeah. I like the oh yeah. I think it's nice. Another 1-2. 1 run on 4 hits with 2 errors for Mississippi. 9 runs on 15 hits. No errors for the Otters. One, two, yet again from Thebe. There's a drive into deep left field. Going back is Castillo, and he makes the catch at the wall. Nice catch to save extra bases from LG. And that's out number 2. That one sounded loud off the bat. It was only 92, though. Fur didn't get all of it. And it's a F7 for out number 2. Kyle Booker hit his single in the 6th inning. Didn't end up coming around to score, though. Overall to 1 for 3. He knew Booker was going to get a hit against the Otters. He seems to just kill our pitching. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Well, Mississippi, after trailing, when trailing after 7 innings, they are 0-20. So, not looking great for the Monsters. At least statistically. Otters win leading after 7. 20-2. Pretty good. Pretty good. Fridays aren't really the best, though, for Mississippi. 1-6 on Fridays. They actually got their first Friday win last Friday against Joliet. Oh, 2 just outside. Now Mississippi's previous road trip was a 6-gamer as well. I feel like they kind of have to have only 6 gamers, just considering how far away they are. They faced off against the Otters and the Grizzlies, and they only won 1 game out of the 5. They beat the Otters 8-4. One, two, ooh, just outside. Looked a little more in the zone than it actually was. Otters, when leading after 8, are 17-0. They're usually the ones coming back from being down, not the ones giving up the comeback this season. It's a great sight to see. A little high. 0-2 to 3-2 here for Booker. Walk loads the bases for Braylon Skinner. Might as well get out of it here, though, in the 7th. Both runners getting a head start, though. Reed at second, Mitzel at first. Payoff. Got him! Absolutely painted from Nolan Thebe when it mattered most. And he gets through the 7th scoreless. Time to stretch. 9-1 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 straight. here at the old ball game, nicely done. Let's get some more.
Everyone is smiling. Everyone is happy. Everyone's singing Sweet Caroline here at the ballpark as the Otters are up 8. Really pulled away after that 5-run 6th inning. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, huh? Hey. Florence tied with Joliet 4-4 in the 8th inning. Windy City is up on Schaumburg. Schaumburg's playing at home and they're losing. That's a bit of a rarity. 13-8. Brockton's up on Tri-City, even though they have 3 errors. Still winning by 5. Quebec's winning. We can gloss over that. Sussex beating down East 7-3. Lake Erie shut out Washington. 3 hits for Washington. 9-0. Oh, good job, Lake Erie. New York beat Trois Rivières 5-1. And we already talked about Gateway and New Jersey. That did not end well for El Grizzly. First pitch is called a strike to Cohen Wilbanks. Oh, Wilbanks hit a single in his last at-bat. Ended up coming around to score. Fouled away. It's 0-2. Well, Braden Forsyth and Braden Sanders, who we just saw, were actually teammates at Ole Miss in 2021. Both of them were also teammates with Tim Elko. If you know Tim Elko, he's major leaguer. Was on the White Sox, I think, for a little bit. Big Tim Elko. Anybody? This is my question for the audience. Is anybody here a big Tim Elko fan? He's from Wichita, Kansas. Shout out to voice of the Otters for 2 days, Matt Will, for being from Wichita, Kansas as well. He's on the White Sox and the White Sox. That's pretty much it. You didn't think we'd have Tim Elko talk here, did you? You didn't think so, but here we are talking about Tim Elko. 3-2 to Cohen Wilbanks. Oh, we're just having fun now. This is what happens when the game gets out of hand. You get to have a little bit of fun. It's a little less tense. Ball 4. Nice walk for Wilbanks. Second walk of the day. First time Wilbanks has reached 3 times in a game this season. And he'll take first base. Who's warming in the bullpen for the Otters? It looks like we will still see Alex Valdez. He's in the bullpen. Valdez didn't pitch in the series in Avon, so probably just throwing him in there to get some innings under his belt. Keep him warm, keep him loose, keep him intact. 0-1 to Salvaggio with a runner on first, nobody out. Ooh, inside. Backs him up a little bit, makes it 1-1. But Forsyth overall was with 4 schools. He was with Meridian Community College, transferred to Ole Miss, played 2 seasons there, was with Tampa in 2022, then was finally with Houston in 2023. The Cougars. Second season in Mississippi. He split time in 2025 between Great Falls and the Mud Monsters. Pioneer League. Was with Great Falls for 3 seasons before heading to the Frontier League. Little low. It's 2-2. Forsythe not having a good season, though, so far this year. He's given up multiple earned runs in 6 outings. That includes his last 2. One on Wednesday against Washington, one on the 13th against Joliet. 2-2 is up and in again, and it's a full count. Forsythe also from Memphis, like Sanders. Last season with Houston in 2023, Forsythe had a 6.08 ERA in 37 innings. Fly ball into right field. It will veer off foul. Giving it a look was Mitzel. He is not going to have space.
Brought to you by Hex Construction. Choose the best for you and never regret it.
Wonder how many Heads Construction reads we're going to have read by the end of the season. Oh, firework just went off. A little early, guys. A little early. I like the confidence. I like the thought was there, but a little early. We're still in the 7th. Nice long at bat here for Salvaggio. A couple of foul balls, and now another payoff. Fouled away yet again. Do want to give some time out of the broadcast to wish a happy birthday to our very own hitting coach, TJ Zarowitz. Happy birthday, TJ. He's coaching well. The guys are hitting. They're hitting. He's doing his job. Another towering foul ball off to the right side. Pitch number 10 in this at-bat. Making Forsythe work. It's called strike 3. Well, TJ can still come out of that knowing that he put together a fantastic at-bat. Didn't end the way he wanted it to, but he does have a homer. So there's that. Got to stay positive. Otters are up 9-1. He can't be nothing but positive. Back to the top of the order, John Ponder. A little outside. Ponder 2 for 3 with a walk as well. Hit a 2 RBI double in the 6th. It was a grounder that it was a really interesting play. Miscommunication between Holt and Reed in the middle infield and ended up rolling into center field. Can't really see it, but there's a ground ball over to second base. Throw it is short for 1, on to first for 2. 4-6-3 DP. Well, what I was trying to say was center fielder Skinner was so far back that it allowed Salvaggio to score all the way from first. That was all. That was all. I was rudely interrupted, though. Heading to the 8th, 9-1 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Introducing first in the red, we've got Jeremiah. In the blue is Michaela. The first one knocking on over. Here's your winner. Fighters, are you ready? Set, go! I think they need your help, everybody. Your winner, Michaela. Sumo's brought to you by Roberts on the River. Don't miss out on their Friday fish fry. Feast your way, eat fish, hush puppies, fries, and coleslaw. It's $18. You can visit them at 6 Walnut Street or online at Roberts. Otters come to the pen. Alex Valdez in to pitch. Valdez is on the mound. Well, thanks. Behind the plate, it's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 North River Road, 812-475-9000. Leading off, the center fielder, number 42. Right, let's
Pitching change brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located 2319 North Korean River Road, or give them a call at 812-475-9K. Alex Valdez into the game. 34. Well, everyone's wearing 42, of course, but 34 started the game. Then 33 came in, and now it's 35. Outside for ball one against Skinner. It's Skinner, Fritz, and Holt to lead off. Grounder to second. Jones tosses to first. And that's out number one. Nothing quite like a quick first out.
Third baseman, 42, A.J. Fritz.
A.J. Fritz. Well, Fritz was teammates with Vantrell Reed at LSU Shreveport. Fritz played with the Evansville Purple Aces for a season. His freshman year. All the way back in 2019. He hit 201 in 50 games. Finished second on the team in homers with 6. But maybe the team didn't hit too many homers. So we're going to miss 1-1. A lot of schools, though, for Fritz. Evansville, State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, Northwest Florida State, and LSU Shreveport. I feel like you never really see guys that are just like at 2 schools. It's always either 1 or 5. I say that as Travis Holt is on deck. He only played for 2 schools. Okay, maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm wrong. 2-2 against Fritz. 9-1 Otters here in the top of the 8th. It was a bit of a pitcher's duel through the first 3 innings, but that's a pitcher's duel on one side, as there's a base hit into center field for Fritz. His first hit of the day. 5th of the day for Mississippi.
Shortstop, 42, Travis Holt.
Now Travis Holt will step in for his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 3 today. Five hits, all singles for Mississippi. High chopper to short. Salvaggio flips to second for 1. On to first. Double play. 6-4-3 DP ends the frame. 1-2-3 frame for Valdez in the 8th, as he gets it through relatively quickly after the double play. Head to the bottom of the 8th. 9-1 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Hoosier Lottery coupon. Owners must be 18 or older. Play ball with the Hoosier Lottery. Please play responsibly.
All right, everybody, that was too quick for the Outer Belt. It's now time for the Legends Ebb, brought to you by A-Zip Pizza. Sure, I'll play along. I just looked it up. The pizza of the month is the Roy G. Biv Rainbow Pizza. Be sure to check it out. Let me know how it is. We've got MJ Rice versus William Henry Harrison versus Benjamin of the Bossy clan. They'll be running around the inner warning track. First one to cross the finish line is your superior legend for the night. Place your bets. Legends, get set, go! Bossy's got the brown hair, gray hair, Harrison, white is right. Bossy has the home field advantage. Not even close. Your winner, Benjamin Bossy.
When everybody boosts, everybody
8th inning brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember, who can help with all your pest control needs? McMahon can.
It's a random fun fact of the day.
It's a very interesting vibe here at Bossy Field. We haven't had too much excitement in a while, but everyone's just in a good mood right now. You know, Otters are up 9-1. We're all having a fantastic time here. It's a beautiful Friday night, June 19th, 2026. You believe we're 36 games in already? That's crazy. We're 36 games in, and we're, what, third of the way through the schedule? That is a little scary. And also, the All-Star break now is in less than a month. Just kind of sitting back and taking it all in here in game 36. Otters looking to go 24-12. 12 games over with a win here. First pitch foul for Amani Jones off of Forsythe, who's still out there. Well, they're just eating innings for the bullpen. Someone's warming in the Otters bullpen, though, for the 9th. Ooh, who is that? I think that's Andrew Garcia. Inside, it's 1-1. Monty Jones 0 for 4 today. Has a pop out to second base, double play, couple strikeouts. One pitch to Jones. Whoa. That is crushed if it's fair. And it's not fair. That had a crazy sound off the bat. Not even sure where that one landed. Well, fortunately, strike 2 for Jones. Let it travel a little more. Maybe he can hit one out. Little high on the fastball. Monty Jones from Lebanon. Lebanon. That's what it said. I'm sorry. Everybody from Lebanon. I apologize. Outside, it's ball 3. 26,800 people live in Lebanon, so odds maybe a little higher than you'd think that somebody here is watching from there. A little bit east of Hershey, where the Hershey is Hersheyed. Payoff pitch. Popped up foul over first base side. Bocchino gives it a look, but it'll get out of play. Foul. I was gonna say the read, but I'll let him do it. Jones working the batting gloves today. I didn't even realize. He usually doesn't. Does wear them if he's in a slump, and he is slumping a little bit. Does walk, though.
Cafe and bar.
Walk to lead off the 8th inning. Good at bat for Jones as he reaches for the first time today. That means now everybody in the starting lineup has reached base. Well, let's see if Dennis Pierce can go 5 for 5. Saw a 5-hit game yesterday from Ponder. There it is! Base hit into center field, and Dennis Pierce is 5 for 5. Dude cannot stop hitting the ball. 3 singles, a homer, and a double. And that's the second 5-hit day in 2 days. And the second overall this season. Logan Brown, 2 on, nobody out. Foul tip into the glove. Pierce 5 for 5. 0-1 from Forsyth. Swung on and missed. Well, Logan Brown has reached 3 times. Hit a double in the 5th inning. Reached on an error. Gonna get another run or two up on the board. Get into the double digits. Fly ball into left center. More left than center. Furr will make the catch. And that's out number 1.
The right fielder, number 42, Sam Linscott.
Lynn Scott has a single in his last 3 at-bats. 16 hits now for the Otters. Five of them from Pierce, 3 of them from Lynn Scott. Called a strike. 2 of them from Ponder. 1 from Logan Brown. 2 from Marcos Gonzalez. 1 from Cohen Wilbanks and 1 from TJ Salvaggio. That makes up all 16 of them. 0-1. Fouled away. A good catch at the dugout by LG. Well, good for the guys to win on LG's 600th professional game. We're getting fireworks after this one. After the fireworks we've seen on the field. For real, we actually saw fireworks after a couple home runs. And one just randomly go off in right field. That is into left field for a base hit. Everyone will advance the 90 feet. It's bobbled out there by Furr, but no advancement further than 1 base, as the bases are now loaded with 1 out. Sam Linscott, sneaky 4-hit day for him. He's 4 for 5.
Third baseman, number 42, Marcos Gonzalez.
17 hits now for the Otters. See how many of them are singles. We had 21 singles in game 2 of the series against the Crushers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 singles today of the 17 hits. If there was a category for singles, I'm sure we would be number 1 by a pretty wide margin. Gonzalez swings and misses at strike 1. Well, with Washington's loss, the Otters are now going to be a game and a half back yet again in the Central Division. Depending on what happens here with Florence and Joliet, might gain a lead on Florence, but it's 4-4 in the 9th. So we're not too sure what's going to happen with that game quite yet. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Oh, Gonzalez has 2 singles, a ground out back to the starter, Eric Elliott, and a strikeout swinging in the 5th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Otters trying to get 10, 11, 12, maybe 13. All of which can happen with 1 swing. There it is. That's going to land fair all the way into the corner. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in. Marcos Gonzalez drives in 2 more. He's got 3 ribbies on the day, and it's 11-1 Otters, a 10-run lead.
The left fielder, number 42, LG Castillo.
So another 2 come in here for the Otters, and it's now 2nd and 3rd with 1 out after the 2 RBI double for Marcos Gonzalez. Good old time offensively for the Otters. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Now Castillo currently on an 0 for 3. He got hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Ended up coming around to score. 0-1. A little low and away, makes it 1-1 against Forsyth. Forsyth now giving up 2 earned runs. 1 for Elliott, 3 for Bim, 4 for Sanders, and 2 for Forsyth. Make up the 10 earned runs, 11 overall. Sanders gave up 5 runs, 4 of them were earned. Ripped back up the middle into center field. 1 run will come in. Gonzalez is going to score as well. LG Castillo finally getting in on the fun. Bringing in 2 more. It's 13-1. Evansville here in the 8th.
The catcher, number 42, Cohen Wilbanks.
Still only 1 out, by the way. 4 runs here in the 8th inning after 5 in the 6th. It was going to be a mound visit. Well, they're really just letting Forsyth stay out there to eat innings, and might be a sign of a defeat, as the Otters put up a lot of runs offensively yet again. 13 runs, 19 hits. 4 hits in this inning. 3 singles and a double. Will Banks with a runner on first and 1 out. First pitch from Forsyth is called a strike. Forsyth now with 4 earned runs. It's not going to do too much good for his ERA. It's already at a 10.24. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. This game was looking like it was going by pretty quickly, and then the bats woke up. Now all of a sudden, we're almost 3 hours into this one. Oh, 2. Fouled off to the left side. Well, this is definitely a good way to start the homestand, that's for sure. We'll play tomorrow. Saturday night. It's Small Business Saturday. So if you want to come over to Bossy Field and shop some small businesses, make sure they get the support they deserve. Outside, it's 1-2. 6:35 yet again tomorrow before 5:05 Sunday. We have Monday off, and then 3 more against Joliet. 1-2 from Forsyth. Fouled away yet again. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
That ball is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Yup. Yup. Yup, I couldn't agree more. 1-2 yet again. In the dirt, good block from Payne. Ooh, it looks like it hit him in a bad area. Bad area. Home plate umpire Juan Rodriguez, the crew chief, will give Payne a chance to recoup, if that's the right word, after that bad hop.
Finally, someone has a cowbell. Thank you so much.
Cowbells started ringing here at Bossy Field.
It has been made.
Well, Andrew Garcia's been warming up in the bullpen for a long time. He's throwing a no-hitter over there. Oh, Will Banks 2-2. A lot of pitches being thrown here from Forsyth. And pitch number 48 in an inning and 2/3. A little low. It's ball 3. It's been a very interesting last few games for the Otters because they have a lot of games where they score double digits and then they have the one against Lake Erie. Last 5 games, it's gone 12, 18, 18, 2, or sorry, 1, and 13.
That overhead foul ball is brought to you by.
Another foul ball. Oh my God, they got the fans to shout the Heads Construction read. That is insane. There's so many have we hit that many foul balls to where the fans know? Yeah, probably. Called strike 3, and Will Banks goes down looking for out number 2. I can't believe the fans shouted Heads Construction.
Number 42, TJ Salvaggio.
If anything, Heads Construction is probably getting the most publicity out of this. Because everyone's going to start looking up Heads Construction just because of how much we're saying it. Heads Construction might have to pay me and Zane, our PA guy, some royalties. Possibly. I think we're already under contract just to do the reads, but still, if you want to, I will happily oblige. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed. Salvaggio quickly down 0-2. Besides the homer, hasn't done too much offensively. Reached on an error in the 6th inning. Ended up bringing in a run. Did end up coming around to score in that inning as well. Just outside. Good take from TJ, and it is 1-2. "13 runs, 19 hits, no errors. Overall, pretty perfect game. Not like a perfect game, but a pretty perfect game. Fly ball into right field, and it'll go foul. Are we doing the read again? No, I don't think we're doing the read again. I think it's gotten to that point in the game where we're just talking. How we all doing today? How's everyone's day been? Florence and Joliet are in the 10th inning now. Hopefully everyone's day is going well. Hopefully everyone's day is getting better with how this game's going.
Don't forget fans, stick around after tonight's game for a fireworks show sponsored by the Evansville African-American Museum right here at the ballpark.
It's been a very nice salute to the Negro Leagues for the Otters. Very nice Juneteenth for the Otters. Nice scoop from Tevis Payne. Tevis Payne has had to really work today. He's taken a beating today, and I kind of feel bad for him. Of course, that kind of comes with the territory when you're a catcher, but this has been a particularly rough game for him. And Mississippi is 2-10 so far coming into this game when he catches, though. It's going to be 2-11. Runner goes, grounder to second. Reed will toss to first, and that's out number 3. Heading to the 9th. Otters score 4 more, and they lead it 13-1. As all we need is 3 outs before that's win number 24 on the year. On the Otters Digital Network.
It is now time for the Hickory Pit Stop Pull the Pork Challenge. Brought to you by the delicious pulled pork over Hickory Pit Stop, just across Morgan Avenue on the corner of Morgan and North Main. We got 2 teams here. On the left side is Morgan and Kendall. On the right side is Emory and Finley. They're gonna good old-fashioned tug of war. There's a little green piece of tape. Whenever that crosses either hatch on the coach's box, that team is your winner. Ladies, are you ready? Set, go! How about everybody? Let's hear it!
celebrate salute to the Negro each time. We'd like to recognize the Evansville African American Museum for its dedication to preserving and sharing stories, history, and contributions of African Americans in our community. We thank them for helping keep these important stories alive. Skip the line or make them comfort of their own home. Here's some service options of Heritage. Heritage proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. Otters with the club bullpen Andrew Garcia in to pitch the battery. Garcia's on the mound. Will Banks behind the plate. Pitch catcher batteries. Fire right. The answer auto repair east. 2319 North River Road 812-475-9000. And tonight, Stretch proudly joins our community in celebrating Juneteenth. The day that honors freedom, resilience, and the ongoing journey toward equality. We are grateful to be a part of the Evansville community and remain committed to fostering the law and respect.
All righty, top of the ninth. Andrew Garcia coming in to close the door. He's got 12 runs to work with.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
A lot of runs. A lot of runs. 4.05 ERA in 20 innings so far this season. Had a little bit of a rough outing against Lake Erie. Gave up 4 earned runs, walked 2, gave up 2 hits and a home run, but got the win. Ooh. Shook up Jake Zatella, who is now batting as a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for Tevis Payne. Ooh, way high and inside. Fastball in 92. There's Zatella in for Payne. Probably taking Payne out of the game just as a precaution because of the injury risk that we saw after the bouncer. Swung on and missed. Zoe Zatella is in his 5th game. He's 1 for 13. Is that a little bit of a weird season with Mississippi? He was drafted 27th overall and signed with Mississippi. Placed on the 14-day IL on May 6th, got activated on May 22nd, then got released a week later and re-signed on June 12th. So it's been an up and down season with Zatella in Mississippi. One, two. Ripped foul. I think we're fresh out of Heads Construction reads. Zatella from Maywood, Illinois. It's between Schaumburg and Windy City, which is in Crestwood, so closer to the Chicago area. Probably got a lot of his family to watch when they played against Joliet. Played against Schaumburg as well. First game was against Schaumburg on May 23rd. Mentioned 5th game, though, this season. 2-2s in the dirt. Zatella was a 16th round draft pick out of St. Charles East High School by the Mets. Three-two. Fouled away. Zatella last season only played 5 games with the Florida Complex League. I think at this point we're doing the read just so the fans can yell it out. That's got to be the reason why. Another 3-2 from Garcia. Oh, great breaking ball. Got him swinging. First K of the day for Garcia. Only the 6th K for Otters pitching today. It's been a very weird game today. It's been a very odd game. I think everything was a little thrown off with the uniforms. Now, obviously, the uniforms are very nice, but just a little different from what we've seen this season. Big swing and a miss for Reed for strike 1. Oh, Garcia, just like LG Castillo in left field, wearing the New York Black Yankees home home jerseys from 1942. Did go around. It's 1-2. Fans are really getting into it. I think that usually happens the further we get into the game. It's always right in front of the booth too, so I can hear it so clearly. 1-2, check. No, he didn't. 2-2. Well, Reed so far today has a single in the 7th, but overall is 1 for 3. Couple flyouts. 2-2. Fouled back. It's construction yelled out. Nice catch off the bounce by Neil Ring over there at first base, the first base coach for the Mud Monsters. What is going on? There's just so much going on. 2-2 again to Reed, who calls his hitters timeout. Jay Pecci over at third. Second season with Mississippi. Fun fact about Pecci is the 4th highest batting average in College World Series history. Fly ball. Could be playable. Shallow right, foul ground. Logan Brown makes the catch for out number 2.
First baseman, 42, Peter Machino.
Pecci was with Stanford when they made the College World Series. Most hits in Gary South Shore Railcat history as well. He played there from 2005 to 2010. Grounder to third, Gonzalez to first, and a nice dig at first by Logan Brown. And the Otters win. 24-12. 12 games over. They win game 1 of the series in dominating fashion, 13-1. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th, 4 in the 8th. Just a little cherry on top for them. And the Otters are now 16-3 at home, 10-3 in series openers, and 23-3 when they out-hit their opponents. On the other side, been waiting to say this one. Mississippi, 6-13 against teams with mammal names. Just thought I'd throw that one out at the end for you. 5-17 on the road. 0-6 when they score less than 2 runs, and 2-15 when being out-hit. 1-7 on Fridays. A few stats to throw at you at the end of the game, as it was a long one. It was a long one, definitely well worth the price of admission, though. As the Otters put up 13. They scored double digits for the 4th time in 5 games. And they are winners of 24 out of 36 games to start the season. With Washington's loss, they're now a game and a half back in the Central Division yet again. And as we await Florence's result against Joliet, might be a little bit further in terms of distance between us and the Y'alls. Take a look at the final score. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Mississippi on the other side. 13 runs, 19 hits or more in 3 of their last 4 games for the Otters. And they're hitting everything. They're hitting everything. You better watch out because they will hit everything. Dennis Pierce is on the field getting a nice little interview, and he deserves it. 5 for 5. We're putting Dennis Pierce up on the background of the booth tomorrow, along with Sam Linscott, just to give you a little sneak peek of what we got going on tomorrow. But Dennis Pierce, fantastic game, fully deserving of the player of the game, as 5 hits for the 2nd time in 3 days. Him today, Ponder in game 2 of the Lake Erie series. So we take a look at some highlights, and hopefully we get a look at the fireworks show coming up soon. Fireworks on the field, fireworks after the game. We'll see you tomorrow. For everybody here with the Evansville Otters, I'm Evan Patoka. Enjoy the fireworks and have a good rest of your night.
first show in Evansville, just moments away. Brought to you by the Evansville African American Museum. I got a couple helpers. Come on out, boys. We all know I can't do this on my own. Let the gate open, the dog's gonna get out. Rowan and Maddox here to help me out. Thumb up. What's that mean? We're good. Uh-oh. Okay, you all have this worked out. We got face on the